All right, what's up, YouTube? I had to make this. I stopped what I was doing to make this video because I just came across something that was just somebody who has it all figured out, and she explains it perfectly. Now it's not George Carlin, although he's just in the beginning of this video here. This has to do with women in today's society because this this fit perfectly for me. Because my ex-wife, I don't talk about her very often. I don't really care to. Um, I don't understand what she could possibly tell people, but somehow she has managed to convince herself, and I don't know who else she might have convinced, but she definitely convinced herself that I was, like controlling, manipulative, just never, not good enough for her, and I just controlled her and kept her down, and I took everything from her and destroyed her life. I did nothing to the woman. I tried to make her happy for 10 years. Then whenever she fucked me over, cheated on me for the second time, and then threw me under the bus and went behind my back and had me thrown in jail and everything at my worst point in my life. Then tried to take my kids, and I had to I had to then take her for custody for the second time, and obviously won. And it was because she forced my hand. That's the only reason. And other than that, I went out of my way, completely out of my way, to still cater to her afterwards, for years, for the next 12 years. And then at one point, she didn't get her way, and she just stopped coming to see the kids. This is about 4 years ago. She just stopped coming to get the kids, told everybody that I was keeping the kids from her, and told everybody, I don't know, I think she actually convinced herself of this shit. But, I mean, if you asked her specifically to this day, what I did, she wouldn't be able to give you any specifics because I did nothing to her but try to help her. Yeah. But anyway, this is in general, okay, women in general. This is kind of how they act, and it's not necessarily their fault. It's society has created a world full of narcissistic women, okay, and they project, their narcissistic personalities on everybody else. They project out, and they take no accountability for themselves at all because they've just been oppressed and victimized and everything for so long. It's just drilled into their heads, so it's not really their fault unless they're smart enough to break out of that. But this woman, she describes it perfectly, and I agree 100%, and I'm sure there's a lot of other guys that agree, but I had to make this video because this is in celebration. I actually just got my divorce papers last week, so imagine that. And so yay. I'll be happy day, I guess. I don't really fucking care. I don't plan on getting married again, so that's why I didn't really care to waste money to get a divorce. When that was all it was going to do is just waste money. She had asked me years ago. It's funny because she had her fiance or whatever, and I guess they were talking about, getting married at some point. So she'd asked me if I would pay for the divorce. And I laughed at her because I thought she was joking. I literally laughed at her. She was already in the rears and child support and everything else. And she asked me if I would pay for the divorce. And I like laughed. I said, what the fuck? I don't need a divorce. What the fuck do you want? Why the fuck would I pay for a divorce? I ain't getting married again. And I laughed. She got so fucking pissed. It was when she was picking the kids up for her weekend. So she immediately wah, 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 grabbed the kids and was all bitchy and bitching to the kids, you know, like, get in the car, let's go, you know. I couldn't even, you know, give my goodbyes or whatever like I did every weekend. They get in the car. I'm just making sure that, you know, trying to say goodbye as they're getting shoved in the van. And then she's so fucking pissed off about this that she road rage, you know, with 2 kids in the car, 3 actually. She had her baby with her too. She fucking, I live right along a major fucking, major road coming into town, and it's a big hill, and big trucks come flying down this hill, and they can't stop. And she goes to back out, all pissed off at me, and she's like slams it into reverse and like slams on the gas without even looking. And there's a car coming right when she does this. I saw it happening, so I did. The only thing I could do, if I would have done anything, she would have definitely wrecked, got T-boned. Somebody probably would have got killed. So I smacked the hood real hard to get her attention because she started going in reverse, just looking at me, and I fucking smacked the hood. She immediately put the brakes on, thank God. The other car veered out of the way, thank God didn't hit her. But she got even more pissed off at me, puts it in drive and tried to run me over. So luckily I was right by the corner of the foundation of the house. So I just jumped out of the way, like by the corner of the house. So the house would have, you know, saved me. But of course she didn't run into the house because that would have damaged her van. She definitely would have ran me over though. She tried to do it before years ago too, when she didn't get her way. But anyway, yeah, that was whenever she asked me if I would pay for the divorce, and I laughed in her face. But yeah, I just got the papers the other day. I didn't even read them yet. But I'm sure there's nothing. She doesn't own anything. You know, there's no assets. I don't own a home or anything right now. It's just there's no actual property getting divvied up or anything like that. So it's just your standard run-of-the-mill divorce, I'm sure. But I feel bad for, I feel bad for Dan. If he's gonna put a ring on it. But this is just a long rant because I've never really talked about my ex-wife that much. I feel a certain way about her, but she obviously doesn't feel the same way about me, and you can't help how somebody feels. And so I've never held that against her. Never. You know, I'm not like that. That you can't control how somebody feels. So why would you get angry at them if they don't feel the way you want them to feel? If you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's meant to be. If not, then obviously you have your answer. But I got everything I needed out of it, everything I wanted. I made out like a fat rat. We had a good run, 12 years marriage, and then I got the kids, so I got the best of everything. Then I didn't have to put up with her for the last 12 years. So with that being said, here, I'll play this video, but this woman hits it spot on. So let me know in the comments what you think here.
Really fucking stupid.
Just remember, when she come back, it ain't because that bitch give a fuck about you. It's because don't nobody give a fuck about that bitch. Game is game.
He ain't lying.
We've created a generation of narcissistic women, and what's happened is the rise of social media and the rise of online dating and the rise of feminism has taught women that they are not to blame for any poor choices. Every poor choice is glamorized, so if you want to be a sex worker, it's great. If you want to post in bikini pictures online, it's fine. If you want to be in with it, every poor choice is glamorized. And every internal reflection is seen as gaslighting yourself. So they've even got terms for internal reflection to prevent it happening. And so what will happen is they are trained to not reflect on themselves because we've been told we've been oppressed for so many years. Now it's time to make sure we project. And so we don't take any accountability. And as a result, when we get into relationships, if we don't feel completely soothed all the time, he must be a narcissist. He must be a manipulator. He must be gaslighting. He, rather than I. And unfortunately, we've got an online market that caters to that wounded woman, that caters to that entitled woman, and caters to that narcissistic woman. And it's so wild to me that so many women talk about narcissism, but the society today is just catering to narcissistic women. If I post a picture online, a bikini picture online, there's nothing my husband can do that could compete with that level of accolade.
Attention.
Impossible.
The compliments,
the
the attention,
compliments,
the messaging that you're so and beautiful
Yeah.
and all these different things from thousands or potentially
Around
millions
the
of
world,
men
around the world.
who have money and all these
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, and there's nothing he can do. He can't post online and get the same reaction. And more so, he can't give me the same level of validation. So what's happened is we've created a setup in society that means men have to compete with a level of validation they can't compete with.
So, what do you think about that? I think she hit it spot on. It's unfortunate, but it's so true. And I know countless women that act just like this, and they get a little bit more attention from online, from creeps here and there, you know, just any other guy online, who let's face it, are the creeps, are the guys that you don't really want, you know, that end up being douchebags. They get all this attention from them, and then their heads get all swelled up and their egos gets the best of them, and then they just automatically, it's drilled into their heads that the grass is greener on the other side, and there's really, the level, the standard is set so high for the guy in the relationship that there's no fucking way. It's like the game at the carnival, you know. There's no way you're hitting the hammer to try to make the bell ring at the top. There's no way you're hitting that max level. No way you're making the bell ring. You're not getting the teddy bear prize. It's set up. It's rigged. Yeah, so that for you to lose every time. So who makes out in that situation? Because at the end of the day, you'll end up with this here. Right here.
It dawned on me that I'm 46 years old and I don't have a husband to take care of me. I don't have a husband to help me get ready. I'm 46 years old and I still need my mama to take care of me post-op. Being single and 46 sucks. The fucking buffoons that I have been encountering and dating, those stories are the shit that's available, because all the good men have gotten married in their 20s and 30s because they're good men.
And you can look around, women are oppressed. They keep saying that we're oppressed, but then we're also empowered. And so how do I know when to assume responsibility for the outcomes of my life? I think that that's a poor message to sell to young girls, especially with the rise of fatherless homes. Like, that's a horrible message.
I think that the girls that say that like their gender is holding them back in business.
So it's I'm not gonna let it go on and on. If you want to watch the video, go ahead and check it out. It's from it's SJW Triggered. So it's a very popular channel. Check it out. It just makes sense. I mean, I'm sure there's another perspective where you can give the opposing argument, maybe, but I don't know. That'd be a tough one. But yeah, just thought I'd share that. So if there's any women that watching this video, just take a second and really let that sink in and think about that, before you just get all pissed off and start bashing me in the comments. So be good or be good at it. Peace out.